To wind the yo-yo, walking the tightrope. You put it on the string, raise your right hand, lower your left hand, drop the yo-yo. Yo-yo rolls back up into the hand. Now all these young hotshot yo-yo players are going to be wondering, what's this old guy doing up here? I'm doing old school. Okay, here's another method to roll it up. Pull and roll. You pull up and roll the yo-yo. Rolls up, ready to yo. The finger snap, the easy way. It took me 40 years to learn the finger snap, but once you learn the finger snap, that's the easy way to roll the yo-yo. What's the first trick in yo-yo? Who can tell me? No, before we walk the dog even. Huh? Down and up. The gravity pull. You hold it, make a muscle, throw the yo-yo down, pull up. Pretty simple. Gravity pulls it down, you pull it up. Now, in order to walk the dog, what do we have to learn? One trick at a time. The sleeper. Throw a good hard spinner, let it walk along the floor. Oh, I did walk the dog, but you have to do a good sleeper to walk the dog. Now, for you people that remember old school and not new school, old school yo-yos slip on the string. New school yo-yos slip on the bearing, and the trick with this yo-yo is to get through the trick before it stops sleeping. Let's walk that dog again. Sometimes when I'm out walking my dog, fun old school tricks. There's the dog bite. Walking the dog through the hoop. Under the leg, up Fido, through the hoop, back to the palm of the hand. Now, the forward pass is a basic trick to loop-the-loop, shoot the moon, and around the world. Our ultimate goal today is shoot the moon and touch the sky. Okay, the forward pass starts out as though you're going to throw it down and up, turn your palm towards your arm back, throw it out in a forward pass motion, turn your hand over, the yo-yo returns the palm of the hand. Pretty simple, huh? We can learn from that. Inside loop. Inside loop. Outside loop passes on the outside. Outside loop. And back to the palm of the hand. After you learn that, you can learn inside, outside. When you get that down, you can learn to train your other hand to do the same thing, and you're doing two-handed loop-the-loops. Okay, now, two of the most famous tricks, walk the dog and around the world, right? Okay. There's walk the dog, and around the world starts with the forward pass. Instead of turning and catching, you throw the yo-yo in an upward direction. The yo-yo catches on the end of the string, gently and safely coming back to the palm of the hand. Now, back in the late 80s, I was one of the fortunate yo-yo players to be on the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour on national TV. I performed many times with Tom Smothers and Dick Smothers, and Tommy taught me a yo-yo trick. He's Yo-Yo Man, you know. He has a Yo-Yo Man character. They're comedians for you young kids that don't know who they are, but Tommy taught me a trick called Around the World Backwards. Would you like to see it? Okay, here we go. Let's start out with Around the World Forward. Around the world forward and around the world backwards. That's a bona fide Tommy Smothers yo-yo trick. I can actually do around the world forward, around the world backwards, through the legs, safely to the palm of the hand. Now keep in mind, these are old school yo-yo tricks. Now they're getting a little more difficult. Around the corner. Also known as orbit launch. They have a new name for it now. What's the new name? Pop the clutch. Okay. They change names on me all the time. New school names, I guess. And this was a contest trick. Skin the cat. Old school. And the creeper, you let it creep out a little tug. Back to the palm of the hand. Now who can tell me the most famous yo-yo trick? I think it's the most famous anyway. Rock the baby in the cradle. Rock-a-bye baby. Turn the cradle over, throw the baby out the window. You gotta make sure you catch the baby. Now there's a lot of ways to rock the baby in the cradle. Did y'all know that? How about rock the baby in the itty-bitty cradle, little premature baby. And rock the baby on the launch pad. Pop the clutch, I guess. Back to the palm of the hand. And here's one called joint custody. That's where you go with mama one week, daddy the next week. How about rocking the baby in the Chinese cradle? Rock-a-bye baby. Rock the baby on the trapeze. Well, first let me show you the breakaway. This is a basic trick that you have to learn to play old school or new school yo-yos. You hold the yo-yo in front of your nose, you throw it to the right, break away from the body, and after we learn that, we can learn man on the flying trapeze. Oh, he flies through the air with the greatest of ease, the daring man on the... How about rock the baby on the trapeze? Here we go, rock the baby on the trapeze, and a double backflip safely to the dad. Now, in our old contest, the second most difficult yo-yo trick was the atomic bomb, or some people call it split the atom. Here's a basic split mount atomic bomb. Boom, and how about rock the baby on the atomic bomb. Round and around, rock the baby in the itty bitty cradle. 1, 2, shoot that baby to the moon. Go to bed, baby. Whoa, never give up, baby. Go to bed, gently and safely, into the pocket. Over the falls, out, and over the falls, 3-leaf clover, 1, 2, 3-leaf clover. Now, in a yo-yo contest back in the 50s, we did a little different in the 90s. This was the tiebreaker way back when. We used this sometimes during the 90s also. The tiebreaker was consecutive loop-the-loops. The one that ended up doing the most loop-the-loops was declared the winner of the contest. Now here's an interesting fact. The world record for inside-outside loop-the-loops is 21,663. Took Fast Eddie McDonald 3.5 hours to complete that record. We're not going for any records today because it's really boring watching 3.5 hours of this. Okay, and back to the poem. Now, you've seen some of the easy stuff. Let's do some tricks that are not only difficult, but very, very dangerous. And I need 2 volunteers. I prefer male volunteers, and you'll find out why. Okay, the guy in the back with the black shirt on. I need 1 more. Let's hustle it up. Okay, and that guy there is good. That'll be fine. Okay, now these tricks are... Oh, I meant this guy over here. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I pointed to him. I'm sorry about the misunderstanding. Okay, now I'd like to have you stand on this side, sir. You stand right there. Now, tell me your name. Richard, what's your name? Daniel, and I'm Dale. Now, Richard, you've just volunteered for the famous Dale Myerberg yo-yo haircut, okay? Now, could I get you to face me? Lean forward like that. Huh?
You did next to me.
Yes. He lost it all. Okay, here we go. Lean forward like that. And I'm going to tip your head, Richard, right? A little bit like that. Place the quarter on your ear. I will now perform loop-the-loops, attempt to knock the quarter off of Richard's right ear before I knock his head off. Let me explain a little about this trick. I've done this trick over 25,000 times, only put 2 people in the hospital. Richard, only one of them died, so percentage-wise, and you know, I haven't done this much. I've actually had a couple of retinal detachments in the last couple of years, but I'm going to try it anyway. The scar tissue kind of messes me up a little bit, so, oh, and this is the second most dangerous yo-yo trick in the world. Here we go. Oh, don't cover your eyes. Lean your head down a little. Right there. You can close your eyes. I'm going to close mine now. Very gently, yo-yo man. Oh, a little bit of a tick. So hopefully that's as bad as it gets. Stay right there. Okay, Daniel. What was the last thing I said about this trick, Richard? Second most dangerous. Aren't you glad you're not Daniel? Okay, Daniel, here we go. Lean forward like that, ski jump position. A little bit more, you're kind of tall. This time I'm going to place the quarter on Daniel's left ear. It was on Richard's right ear, right? Once again with my right hand, I will perform loop-the-loop attempt to knock the quarter off of Daniel's left ear with my right hand. Does that seem any more difficult or dangerous? It's on the other ear. I'm coming in from the other side. And I just got it tangled around my thumb. I hope that doesn't happen again. Let me get your headset there. That doesn't seem any more difficult or dangerous, does it, Richard? How about this? Double-handed, crossover loop-the-loops. I will attempt to knock the quarter off of Daniel's left ear before I knock his head off. I've attempted this trick 13 times, Daniel. Maybe today will be my lucky day. Whoa! Okay, come on over here, Rick. Pick your quarter up. Now, here, I'd like to have Richard and Daniel keep the quarters as a souvenir from the real Yo-Yo Man, because anybody that's dumb enough to let me do that deserves a quarter. Okay, thanks a lot. You're good sports. Let's give them a big hand. Little paddle ball music, Scott. Okay, the toys I play with are historical hand-eye coordination toys. This is a paddle ball. Our parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents played with these toys. We didn't have computers back in the day, so we had to make our own fun. And guess what our parents did with this after the string broke? Can't do that anymore, called child abuse. I turned out to be a pretty good kid in my old age, though. Okay, how we doing on time, Scott? I got till 10:30, everybody. I'm trying to rush through this. Here we go. Basic paddle ball. Boing, 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 boing. And then you bring it up like that. Boing, 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 boing. Off the fist, off the fist, off the fist. Watch the foot. Boing, boing, boing. Ouch. Boing, 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 boing. Ouch again. Whoa. How about you old guys punching the bag Muhammad Ali style? I'm the greatest. I'm the king. I read your favorite picture for when I beat Muhammad Ali. I'm the greatest. I'm the king. I'm the Yo-Yo Man. I'm the real Yo-Yo Man. Ouch. And don't you ever forget it. Are y'all ready for the hard part? Okay, here's the hard part. Some people say I'm a true product of a misspent youth. I learned this in between pool games at the pool hall when I was a kid. My daddy told me I'd never amount to anything with my toys, but guess what? He'd roll over in his grave if he knew how much they paid me to stand here and do this. Okay, off the fist, watch the foot, boing, boing, boing. Ouch, you gotta make sure you hit the ball and not the yo-yo, or you knock yourself unconscious. The yo-yoing trick. I will now attempt to juggle 2 juggling balls in my right hand while yo-yoing 1 yo-yo in my left. Practice, persistence, and patience. You can learn anything you want. You can be anything you want to be. Set goals. I still set goals. My goal is to do this until I'm at least 85. And I'll ask Sue when I turn 85 if it's okay to do it another 10 years. Okay, here we go. Left-handed loop-the-loop and up and down, around and around. I hate it when that happens. So let me tell you something. I woke up a little woozy this morning, and besides that, nobody's perfect, and I'm getting old. If you make a mistake, kids, you just pick it up, go after it again. Here we go. Left-handed loop-the-loop, up and down, around and around and around, and back to the back. Here's a historical toy from Mexico. The name of this toy is Bolero. The object is to flip it over, catch it on the peg. In Mexico and South America, they play a lot of fun games. I'm only going to try to do basic Bolero. Here we go, up and over. 3 chances, nobody's perfect. Oh, 2. Never give up. Never say die. I will now attempt yo-yo and bolero at the same time. Boy, this is hard to do when you're a little bit dizzy. But I never give up. Here's my kendama. For those of you who don't know what a kendama is, they're going to be doing some kendama stuff here at the contest today. This kendama was given to me in 1992 at the first World Yo-Yo Championship. It sat on my desk for 2 years, and I thought, what do you do with that? Well, I figured out how I could do it. I call it kendama American style. Most of these kids do it Japanese style. Okay, here we go. The object is to flip it over, catch it on the peg. Kendama actually means ball and sword. You catch the ball on the sword and manipulate it from one cup to the other. The kids in Japan in elementary school play this, teaches hand-eye coordination, and I think a lot of them are also doing yo-yos. Okay, here we go. Okay. Back and forth, over and around. Back to the palm. Okay, here's the hard part. Okay, we got a little bit of time left. I'm going to make it through what I planned, I hope. Left-handed loop-the-loops. Okay. Little kendama polka. I invented this at Snowbird Oktoberfest. You can see me there mid-August through mid-October every weekend. Here we go. Da-la-da, 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 da-da-da, da-la-da, da-da-da. Enough of that now. Oh, I like the response I'm getting from this new school crowd. It was scary for me to get up here. I thought they'd boo me off of the stage. This is one of my favorite tricks called Loop the Hoop. This trick was invented by the greatest lady yo-yo entertainer of all times, Linda Singpill. You know, we lost Linda to brain tumor in 2002, I think it was. So I always dedicate this trick to Linda. Our styles are totally different. We're totally different when I finally met Linda. But this is the Dale Myerberg style. Linda Singpill's Loop the Hoop. Loop the loop, through the hoop, through the hoop, turn the hoop, outside loop, through the hoop, through the hoop, outside loop, through the hoop, through the hoop, turn the hoop, outside loop, through the hoop, and how about around the world, through the hoop, around the world, out of the hoop, El Matador. Ole! Ole! Let's hear a big ole, everybody. Ole! Shoot the moon through the hoop. Keep it going, yo-yo man. Shoot the moon.